Morning everyone, back on the farm again today. Just to keep everybody updated on time, it is now August bank holiday. It is the Sunday, so doing the full Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No stopping here, no time for holidays, too much going on. Anyway, look at this. I mean, I'm just imagining now, sat out on my front porch, Sunday morning, bank holiday, cup of coffee, and my cornflakes. Just want to update you on what's happening in the background while we're still working out on site. It's been a couple of weeks since we've actually been here and the drillers have been on site. None of our lads have been here, we haven't really done much. This is because we are just waiting for all the foundation designs from the engineers to come back. I didn't want to have that expense if the planning didn't work. So I had to wait until the planning was approved before then instructing the engineers and the designers to start putting all together the details for the ring beam and the raft and everything that we've got to put in here. So they're currently on with that. I had a bit of a dilemma with the actual build on here because traditionally, you know, these new builds in this situation would be a block internal, insulation, cavity, backing block, and then a stone face on it. However, I wanted a solid concreted first floor because, one, for fire, if there was ever a fire in the building, you've got that solid rigid concrete deck in there. Two, just for tranquility of not being able to hear people walking around upstairs. And I know modern buildings have put, you know, soundboards in and everything, but there's nothing like a concrete floor. And the third one was heating, because we're going to have underfloor heating in the ground floor, which is all going to be slabbed. And I've done quite a lot of underfloor heatings and put them in timber first floors. And I just think you've got an insulated material like timber with more timber on top of it. They don't work. Mine's going to work. So I wanted full concrete deck first floor, because when we're pumping hot water around the heating system, we're going to have 6-inch of concrete plus a screed on there as well. So that massive thermal mass throughout the whole of the building is going to warm up and it's going to stop warm. So the problem with a lot of these modern new builds is basically open the window, boom, all your hot air is gone. Nothing's actually thermally warm. There's no thermal mass in the building and it's cold. And then you're starting from the beginning then heating everything up. However, my building is going to have this massive thermal first floor in it, so open the door, open windows, it doesn't matter. It's just going to radiate off this massive concrete slab that's in the first floor and also the ground floor. And to do this, the dilemma was, do we do traditional construction, block stone, and we are set then to have internal walls and steel work fixed where we need it to enable this concrete slab to go in at first floor level. I didn't like it. There was stuff everywhere. We're dictated to where we could put walls and everything like that. So anyway, we've been talking with the engineers, the architects. It's been decided what we're going to do is put a portal frame steel building up, and this is going to have a first floor in it, all steel, that we can get the cast concrete on, which is going to work well. Also, advantages, we can lose a block. Because we've got a structural frame, we don't need to go block stone. We can now go block stone and basically save ourselves. We've got 4-inch block, insulation, 10 inches around the full perimeter of the building. I mean, that's massive space, is that. what we're going to use is the SureCav system, which is basically a plastic liner behind the first block. So you have block, insulation, SureCav, and then stone. Also, another massive benefit for using the portal frame system is we can get the ring beam in, get the raft in, put the steel frame up, scaffold it, and then we can have guys working on the roofs, putting all the rafters on, and also guys putting all the blockwork, skinning all the stone up. So I think by Christmas, don't hold me on this, by Christmas we will have a completed shell of a building. And another positive as well was in the attic space, we're having a second floor in this building. If we would have put a traditional truss in there, we would have had support members everywhere. Same if we would have put beams in there. However, portal frame, it's all going to be open, and we are having a couple of bedrooms up there and storage as well. So this is going to massively increase the size of the attic in the building. Now, it's not very often that my brother has good ideas. However, he did say to me the other day, why don't you put a industrial composite roofing panel on the roof? And I said, well, we need to put slate on it. And he said, hang on a minute, hear me out. He said, if you put a composite panel on there, you don't need to bother with timber rafters. You can just put some galvanized Z purlins on, screw the composite sheets down to that. Then what you can do is screw a timber batten on top of your composite panels, because all the insulation, everything is in the composite panel. Screw a timber batten down onto that and slate. And it also gives you a finish on the internal of your attic space. I thought it was a pretty good idea. I'm going to have a look at it and see how doable it is, because it would be super quick. I mean, we could crane on panels in less than a day, rather than chopping rafters, timber rafters in and everything like that. And the worst thing is cutting all the insulation to 400 or 600 centers, which is a nightmare. So it's a good idea. I'm going to have a look at it. I haven't heard of anybody doing it before, but I mean, I'm all about trend setting. Everybody's following, so I'm going to look at it. Bank holiday weekend, Tuesday, which is going to be next week. We've got booked in the morning to go to the bathroom designers. We have, I think, 7, 8 bathrooms in this place. Every bedroom's got its own suite, and there's one downstairs as well. So yeah, it's a nightmare with bathrooms. So we're having these designed because I have no imagination for that kind of thing. I can put the building up and everything, but picking tiles and colours, no. So bathroom designers. Also, we're off to Wakefield and looking at tech for the building, how we're going to tech this building out. We're going to have a little mini cinema room in here and all kinds of different stuff, CCTV. When you start looking into it, there's so much that goes into it, all apps and phone controlled lights and mood lighting, and apparently you can have lighting that changes with the seasons and even with the day. I didn't even know this was a thing. You can have like lights that are bright in the morning to get you up, and then as the day goes on, the go more yellow and more mood lighting, I suppose. So in the evening, turn the light on, it's not a bright light, it's a mood light, and it just tracks the time. What? Didn't even know it was a thing. But anyway, so yeah, I'm learning a lot about tech in houses at the minute. So we've got all this going on in the background, trying to sort a lot of things out with this build at the minute, but it's going well. Anyway, enough jibber jabbering. Let's see what we're on with.
Forget our fear of what comes after. We'll hold on for better days. Let our past begin to shatter.
Little lad's in as well. Unfortunately, he's got no option because his old man is saying you're not going to get anywhere if you're not working all the time. So he's in all weekend. And this is where we're at. Bit of block work yesterday. We've actually put a pipe down in here behind this wall with some stone at it. This is a block wall you've seen on loads of videos. It has got a plastic liner behind it to make it waterproof, but it does ever so slightly in a few little places leak. But for the whole, it works really well. This is going to be an outbuilding for the services, and it's 17 meters long, and there's 3 compartments in it. On the top side there, we've got water purification, and that's going to hold a 3,000 litre tank as a buffer tank, and then have all the purification filters and UV and everything that happens in there. In the middle section, we're going to have renewables, power coming in, power distribution. There'll be battery banks in there and everything. And then in the end section is all going to be to do with heating, heat pumps, all that kind of stuff what goes in there. With putting this outbuilding up, it gives us a massive plus that we don't have to have all that inside the house taking up room. And it's, you know, 17 metre be three and a bit, I think. So it's a big lump of a building, and we're probably going to fill nearly every one of these rooms from looking at the designs, what's needed. The block wall is on a separate footing to this base, and we're building all this in 6-inch block, this gable wall and this back wall. And we're going to bring that up to level up to the top of the block. Nothing of this building is going to sit on this block wall. We're just going to oversail the rafters on there. We'll do all the videos and you'll see that. Some of you will probably comment and wonder why we've cut that plastic back halfway. I am not a fan of building floor plastic all the way through the wall. I think this is a totally moronic idea that someone's thought up, and yeah, that's brilliant. There is no adhesion between that plastic, that block, and the block we're going to put on top of it. I think it's wrong. And because I think it's wrong, I'm not going to do it. So what we've done is we've cut this off halfway. It has to go somewhere, does this. So I generally chop them off halfway and mortar that, fold that down, mortar it again, and then we roll out the DPC on top of that. And the DPC is slightly textured so that it does grip. Grips better than this anyway. Personally, I think DPC should be highly textured so that it actually binds and grips. Basically, all you're doing is you're putting a building on a massive slip plane all the way around. It does not make sense in my brain why we would do that with all the materials and engineering we can do now. Surely we can make a better DPC. I might be wrong, but I'm sure I'm going to hear about it in the comments. Got that up yesterday afternoon. It's not a full day's work, so don't start getting at me. Just putting this line of block in here and down to there. And then in this corner we're going to switch. I'm going to put this in. Little lad's going to run this block work in, and we need to switch from a block to a block stone situation. Not too bothered about putting any insulation on the back of this building. I think with all the pumps going and everything all working in all these bays, it's going to be warm in here anyway. We will put some heaters in there if it drops below them ones, and bar heaters if it drops below like 5 degrees they come on. But I think it's going to be fairly warm in all these buildings. You see where we've skinned this up? What we've done is we've stuck this is peeled off, it looks a bit crap, but what we've done is stuck this bitumen on there and then skinned all that behind the units with stone. Lads had a bit of time earlier on in the year. And we stopped it there. Been racking my brain thinking, do I need to tank this wall? And I was all up for it. And at the 12th hour I've changed my mind and I've thought, we're just wasting money tanking that. We've got a massive cavity between there, probably about a foot between the wall and our wall. And I just don't think there's any need. We've got stone behind it, we've got a tanking membrane on the back side of the wall. What we are going to do though is ventilate it, so on the edges, and we'll probably do it in the buildings as well. I'm going to block through it now, but we'll cut out some block work, so the hot air from inside the building will go out through the bottom, rise up, and that'll draw out any dampness between the two walls, and then we'll vent it on the top of the block. And we'll also have vents in the gables as well on the side, so that we've got some through ventilation from it. So I'm 99% sure it's all going to be fine. So if not, it'll be another job to pull it all back down and do it again. So exciting either way. Right, let's get cracking and see what we get up to in the next couple of days. What we're doing at the minute, because this is such a long run at 17 metre, we put a block in the middle of it and we've built down to that block now. And then what we're going to do is going to follow this on right down to that side. I'm just going to drop another block on there, temporary, and then we're going to fill this in, because we want to work full block all the way down till we get to that bottom end, and we'll put one cut in that bottom side. And this is the easiest way to do it. If not, we're going to get sagging the string halfway and the wall's going to end up dipping. So we'll put this course in, even when we get the next one on, we'll still put a block in the middle, we'll work to the middle and then work out from there, because you can't get enough tension on the string to pull it 17 metre. Just thought I'd show you this. Got string up there, next block up, string on here, laid this block on, and you can see we're probably about 10 mil down on there, and that string is tight. And that's why we put blocks on a long stretch like that in the middle. This one can stop on now as well because it's in line with the one below it. So we'll build up to that. If we get my joints right, we should be smack on there. So I'll just put a little tingle on that and lift that line up. What a day. So sticky. Woo. Anyway, a couple of courses down. Just got the block sticking out there for the individual rooms. But looking good. We're back in the morning, see what we can do. Bank holiday Monday. Little lad's not in. Didn't want to come in, so there's me. Well, I think the other kids are coming up. But anyway, let's get cracking and we'll see what we can get done today. Hey! Come on girl, you can start. Six-inch block going in here, but I just want to say, when I started out, we used to lay 9-inch block, which were absolute monsters. I don't know if anyone's used to lay them. I think they banned them back in like 2005 or something like that, but absolute animals to lay. And some people don't like laying 6-inch block because they say they're heavy, but when you grew up doing 9-inch solids, oos! Till I drop the level down there. While I've been doing this, I've been thinking, if anyone drops out down there, once it gets higher, it's gonna be a nightmare to get it out. And I do it. I think I need to fashion a hook out of some rebar. Well, some there, but it's 16mm, so I ain't fashioning no hook out of that. I might just be able to get it in that handle. Oh yeah. That was easier than I thought. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. When I'm bedding this wall up, because I don't want all mortar to go down onto this stone down here. I was thinking of putting a plastic sheet down there, but it's getting it back out again. So all I'm doing is just leaving that quarter of the backside unbedded. We'll still get full squeeze on it. By the time this goes down, we're still going to be out there, but obviously nothing's going to drop over the edge down onto that stone, because potentially by the time we get up to the top of this concrete block here, if you had some scruffy builder in, they'd have like a foot of mortar down at the bottom of there. Just been stood here having an arse pop. I don't know if you can see it, but I think today the view is even better than yesterday. It might be different on camera, but looks smart for me. Yeah. Wow, that sun's hot, really hot. But anyway, look, managed to get 6 courses up, and we've started these internal walls as well, and we just built them into this one, all jointed up. Started on the 7th down there. Didn't want to bore you too much with blockwork, 1 on top of 2 in it. I mean, it's not hard. But anyway, we've started. All our lads are out on site at the minute. Not gonna get anyone here next week, I don't think, which is a shame really. I think, well, if we had a couple of lads on here for a week and get all this block work up. We've got this 4-inch block, these 2 layers of 4-inch block to get in on the front wall. Well, I'm just thinking, yeah, I don't know, another 2 days really. No, because we're gonna have to have trestles in it, so yeah, maybe a bit more. Another 3 or 4 days, right up to the top of that concrete block. I'm thinking we'll get some trestles in. I don't know what the stance is at the minute on trestles. Last thing I know, everyone was shouting that they're all getting banned and you weren't allowed to use them anymore. But then I still see them on sites, so I'll have a read up next week and see what we can find out. I do like them, they are handy Ben and putting scaffolding up. But I've used them for years and I'm still here. I haven't fallen off one, so we'll have a look. If anyone knows, drop us a comment. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe. See you later.